Welcome. Welcome to the show again. Oh, let me just get rid of that. Hold on a second. Let me just show you where we're produced. I like to get this over with in the beginning of the show. Most people do it at the end of the show, but this is the beginning of the Books and Music Show. So there you go. Now you know where we're beginning. There's our information. You're watching an empty seat, which is typical of the Books and Music Show right now. So that's when you can see us. And right now, we're going to talk about a great book called Show Your Work. Okay, heading into the studio now. Show Your Work. What's it about? Show your work. Okay, so if you're an artist, a writer, an author, a publisher, a creative type, a singer, an actress, there's this guy who's Austin Kleon who wrote this book called Show Your Work. And he invites you to share like an artist. Okay, we're not saying all artists are like this, but this is his opinion and his promotion and his book, and I kind of like some of it. First, he says you don't have to be a genius, and we know that. Then he says think process, not product. Share something small every day. Open up your cabinet of curiosities. Tell good stories. We got that going. Teach what you know. Don't turn into human spam. Learn to take a punch. We don't mean that literally. Sell out. But in my opinion, never sell out. And stick around. That's about the best thing you got going for you is you can stick around. As I always like to say, keep on keeping on. Yep, you know, determination, that's the winner. Show your work, what do you think? What are these things? This is how we show our work in community television, community access television, if we belong to a studio that happens to have a TV guide. So these are from the past. A blast from the past, as we say. So what are they? See where it says Saturday? I'll bring it closer to the screen so you can see it. But I'm going to read it. This TV guide says Saturday, and it says, oh, I'm trying to read with my sunglasses on. You think I'd get this straight, right? That's better. Okay, so the show is comedy, right? Got it? Everything's for entertainment purposes. Don't do anything that's not safe for you to do. Be good, be nice. Don't do what I do. Do what I say. Or something like that. So here it says 12:30 p.m. on a Saturday. Yes, 12:30 p.m. on a Saturday, just like it says on that screen there. Channel 34, Saturdays, 12:30 daytime p.m. It also says it in the TV guide here. Check that out. Unfortunately, we don't have a TV guide at Staten Island Community Television. What I'm showing you is the TV guide from Brooklyn. This is from Brooklyn TV. I want to show it to you. I want to open it up. Check this out. I really kind of like this because, you know what, like, most of our volunteers, like, you might see staff sometimes, but this show is a volunteer show. I'm a volunteer. I don't get paid. You know, I got to buy my own DVDs. So actually, I don't pay to do the show, but I do have to spend a little money to buy the DVDs to record the show. So I'm not really getting much for it, am I? I'm getting a voice. It's kind of important. A voice can be expensive, huh? Well, you know what commercials cost. But this show has no commercials. So the thing is, this is a very valuable thing to a volunteer producer because it's kind of something that you get for doing a show. It's like kind of a validation. It's kind of like, show your work. So I'm going to show it. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to bring it closer to the TV so you can see it. It's one of the things that I loved about being a BCAP producer is that we got a TV guide and we could give the TV guide to all our guests and our hosts and our co-hosts, and they could give it to their people and they were going to be on television. They'd say, look, this is the show that I'm going to be on. It's Saturday at 12:30. Hold on. I'm going to bring it to the screen. Yeah, what am I excited about? I'm excited about TV guides. Hint, hint, hint. You're not going to hear me while I put this mic down. So just watch. I'm going to bring it to the camera. the name of our show. Oh, Mike. That makes sense. I'm talking. I was talking and I didn't have the mic. Hold on. Okay, I'll do that again. Ta-da! Drum roll. Okay, there's Thursday. Wait, where's Saturday? There's Saturday. Saturday at 12:30. Do you see where it says Super Books? See where it says? I'm trying to hold it straight there. Yeah. Super Books at 12:30. Yes. That was our TV guide from BCAT, Brooklyn Community Access Television. They gave us a TV guide, and we get to see our show listed on the paper TV guide. Is that cool? I wish we could do that in Staten Island, but we can't do that. But anyway, this just shows you that this TV show that you're watching goes back way back when. Let's see what year this is from. Hold on. Here it is. This actually is from the year. This actually is from September to December. It was a, 2 or 3 month TV guide? 2007, yes. Superbooks was in process, being aired on Time Warner, on Cablevision. It was being aired all over the place in 2007. It was also being aired in 2001. So that's what I'm all excited about. I would love to get a TV guide for this show, but we can't do it. This was printed up by BCAT, and I think they still have a TV guide. I think Manhattan Community Access has, I think they have a big booklet, like a regular TV guide. I was like, I don't know if I need a big booklet, but even a thing like that. I'm going to show you how it opens up. This is another one. Hold on. So this TV guide, actually, it's on a computer program. It's only one page. Look, it folds up to be like a booklet. And you can see at the top, I'm reading it. There it is. There's Saturday. And then they would print the bi-monthly or the bi-weekly programs. And there's the BCAT Brooklyn Access. And the pictures of some of the producers. And then they would have the programs bi-weekly and monthly. And they would have the specials and the weeklies. I love their little TV guide. I'm wondering, we have community access TV stations all over the whole United States. The whole entire United States. We have them in all the big cities, in all the big towns. I wonder how many of them have TV guides. Probably the big cities like Detroit or Florida or places like that. They probably have TV guides. So, I would like to see Staten Island Community Access get a TV guide. Maybe we could have some volunteers type this stuff up and put it into the computer or something like that. It's just an idea. It's just a suggestion. It's just makes us producers all excited to see that we are valued, that we are acknowledged, that we have a show and we have a TV guide. It used to be that we could flip on the remote on the TV and we could see the shows listed on the TV guide there, but now we can't even do that. They're not even listed there. I don't know if they do that in Brooklyn. If any of the Brooklyn producers are watching right now or the Manhattan producers, could you email us and let us know what you do? Do you still have a TV guide? Does it still show on air? Is it a virtual TV guide, or do you have a paper guide? Or do you have a 30-page booklet? I know Manhattan at one time, I think they had a 25-page booklet, like a regular TV guide. Well, Manhattan's bigger than Staten Island. Yeah, everybody says you forget Staten Island. I'm beginning to think, yeah, they forgot Staten Island. So, show your work. Back to the book. Show your work. Oh, segue, I digress. There's this magnificent, absolutely magnificent art exhibit. This is at the J. I saw this. I love this. Check this out. That is one of the paintings that is on exhibit there. It is art by Justin Lefkowitz. They had a wine and cheese opening. It was so cool. I missed it. But that's the exhibit. It is going to be there, I believe, for another month or so. If you want information, write to us and we'll let you know who to write to and where to see it. It is art by Justin Lefkowitz. It's at the Murray Berman Art Gallery. So there you go. It's going to be July and August. Trust me, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful work. I loved every one of the paintings. And it's very rare that I like every single one of everything, but I loved every one of these paintings. They were excellent. So check it out. You can go there, go to the ukulele class, check out the art, and share your work. We'll get back to the book. Let's get to the book. First, we have to get to the water. You talk a lot. You need water. H2O, agua. What can I say? Oh, in case you haven't noticed, I talk a lot. I'm a speaker. Give me a word, I can talk for an hour. If you need a speaker at one of your events, yeah, ring me up. I'll let you know my fees. No, seriously. Yeah, I need a job. I like speaking. And I can pretty much speak on the spur of a moment about almost any topic. Almost any topic. But it's funny, I was reading a book last week, and it was a book of positive encouragement, and it gave you ideas. And so one of the ideas, I will get to the book. I'll get back to it. My memory's getting better. But I have to, what can I say? It's my show. So I was reading this book, and it said, learn something. Get a topic that you know nothing about, absolutely nothing about, and learn everything there is to know about this topic that you know nothing about. And I sat there for a minute and I thought, I couldn't think of anything that I didn't know anything about. I mean, I know something about everything. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I know a lot of different things about a lot of different topics, and it just didn't come to mind about what I didn't know anything about. It was really weird. So I was at the center, and somebody was coming out of this class, and they said they were teaching a class, and I said, what are you teaching a class about? And they said the word. And when they said the word of what they were teaching the class about, I was thinking about what I had just read. And I thought, oh my goodness, I know nothing about that. So see how things just come to you like that, out of the blue, into thin air. That's a book by Krakauer, an excellent book, Into Thin Air by Krakauer. If you like reading books about mountain climbing, if you like reading about Denali or Mount Everest, Into Thin Air, I'd say, is one of the best books about mountain climbing, about this particular adventure. But I digressed. I got off the topic. I was talking about, okay, so she said this word, and I said, I know nothing about that. So I guess that was the topic I choose. I'm going to learn. I have to be honest, I can't say that I'm going to learn everything about this topic because it's not a topic that really interests me that much, but I have an open mind and I'm going to give it a go. And I am going to learn about, guess what? Send me an email. What do you think is a topic I know absolutely nothing about? I'll tell you, it's mythology. Yes, there's a class about mythology. I know nothing about mythology. Nothing at all. So I can't talk to you about mythology. So maybe I'll learn something about it. Who knows? Then maybe I'll sit here and I'll do a class, a course, a show on mythology. So back to Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. The whole point of this is 10 ways to share your creativity and get discovered. So there's 10 ways. It says, for artists, the great problem to solve is how to get oneself noticed. Honor, I don't know how you say that, de Balzac said that. Creativity is not a talent, it is a way of operating. John Cleese said that. So he goes on and on and on and on. And he says all you have to do is show your work. And he claims you don't have to be a genius. We know that. Artists are creative. Not everyone's a genius. So here's what I underlined in this book here. Sometimes I underline a little bit if the book is mine, and the book is mine. It says there's a healthy way. Oh my God, look at this. The word myth is in this book. I got to read this. I just got to. It says there are a lot of destructive myths about creativity. But one of the most dangerous is the lone genius myth. An individual with superhuman talents appears out of nowhere at certain points in history, free of influences or precedent, with a direct connection to God or the muse. When inspiration comes, it strikes like a lightning bolt. A light bulb switches on in his head, and then he spends the rest of his time toiling away in his studio, shaping this idea into a finished masterpiece, and he releases into the world to great fanfare. If you believe in the lone genius myth, creativity is an antisocial act performed by only a few great figures, mostly dead men, with names like Mozart and Einstein or Picasso. The rest of us are left to stand around and gawk in awe at their achievements. So that's what Austin Klein says. But he also says this: there's a healthier way of thinking about creativity that the musician Brian Eno refers to as the scenius. Not genius, scenius. Got it? You know, genius, scenius. Under this model, great ideas are often birthed by a group of creative individuals, artists, curators, thinkers, theorists, tastemakers, who make up an ecology of talent. If you look back closely at history, many of the people who we think of as lone geniuses were actually part of a whole scene of people who were supporting each other, looking at each other's work, copying from each other, stealing ideas, I don't like that, and contributing ideas. Scenius doesn't take away from the achievements of those great individuals. It just acknowledges that good work isn't created in a vacuum, and that creativity is always, in some sense, a collaboration, the result of mind connected to other minds. So, that's just the beginning of Show Your Work. And if you want to see the rest of it, you got to get the book. Go to the library and get the book. You can't find your voice if you don't use it. Find your voice, shout it from the rooftops, and keep doing it until people that are looking for you find you. Dan Harmon says that. So, if you want to find your voice, if you want to show your work, if you want to get a little exposure as far as your art goes, you might want to be on this show. We could show your work. Whether your work is writing or art or collage, watercolor. Maybe you're an actress, an actor. Maybe you're, I don't know, what are you? What is your work? What is your cause? What is it that you love to do? Show your work. Send us an email. And we'll see if we can help you show your work. And the good part is we don't charge any money. Yeah, there are no fees or charges to be on this show because it's a community access show, so we don't make money on it. We're not looking to sell you anything. We're just looking to show your work. Speak your cause. Let your voice be heard. Whether your voice is about seashells or turkeys, or whether your voice is about stopping a bully, or whether your voice is about promoting healthcare, or maybe you just want to teach people how to ride a unicycle. Is that your art? Is that your passion? Would you like to bring the unicycle into the studio and show us how to do it? Show your work. Austin Kleon. Okay, so here's what happened. I got this book. Before I got this book, I never showed my work. Even some people are like related to me, family and friends, and people have known me for years and years and years and never seen never seen even a fraction of the work that I've done. I've done collage, I've done Chinese brush painting, I have done photography, I've done at least 65 solo exhibits, and I've participated in at least 4 or 5 group exhibits, but not many people knew it because I didn't show my work. I was kind of hiding from a bully. And then one day I read this book and I realized, like, in my travels of hiding from a bully, I was hiding from everybody else and wasn't showing my work. So I like photography, black and white photography, color photography. I like photography from sunprint cameras, from pinhole cameras. I like photography that is mixed media photography. And so I read this book here, and I probably had maybe one website had some things on video on YouTube. But after this book, I immediately went and showed my work. Yeah, I did it. I put like, I don't know, 700 or 800 pictures on Flickr and 1,000 or 1,500 photographs and collage and posters and creative art on upic.com and others on blogs. And I decided to show my work. And then I looked at it. And I liked it. I still like it. So I guess the work that I did, my passion is, I do it for me. I do it for a voice. I do it because I come from a silent place where, now you know why I talk a lot and why I can talk a lot and why I can just go on and on. I come from a silent place where at a very young age people told me to be quiet, shut up, don't speak, don't say that, do not express your opinion. And I'll tell you, if you tell any child that at all, that will backfire on you. Because as proven by history and as proven by celebrity after celebrity after celebrity after celebrity, from Oprah Winfrey to Maya Angelou to Jackie Torrance, the greatest storyteller in America, who made her living just telling stories, going from state to state and going all over the world telling stories. As proven by them time after time after time, that when you tell a child to shut up, you are enabling that child to become a great speaker. You are giving that child the power for his or her future to become really involved in writing, in art, in being public, in opening their mouth and letting their story out. God has made every child in such a way that there's really nobody. Nobody can silence the child. It's just not happening. So, show your work. If you're a silent artist, if somebody once told you to be quiet, if somebody once beat you and said, shh, don't you say a word. If somebody was successful in making you silent, not to worry. Because there will be a time and a day and a spot and a place where you will show your work and everything creative about you. During those silent years, if you look at what an artist paints, if you look at photography, no matter who the photographer is, and no matter who the watercolor artist is, no matter who the oil painter is, you can look at art and you can see there's a message there. Sometimes people shout their message in art. Sometimes. And then sometimes, after doing years and years of art, whether it's oil paintings or watercolors or posters, or art through Adobe Photoshop, or art through the way of writing and being an author, or a magazine publisher. Sometimes. Then they just get a mic and they show their voice. So I invite you to come to our show and show your work. Speak your mind. Say your cause. Let us know what it is that you've been quiet about all these years. Let us know what your message is. And so this, the book and music review show, is a show that wants to show your work, whatever your work is. And you don't have to be paid for it. When we say work, we want to show what you volunteer at. It's not about money. It's about life and love and passion. It's about doing what you were put on this earth to do. It's just about, it's about being free and creative. You know, the other day, we have a little garden, and it's kind of a funky garden, and then it's not your average garden. It's not all plush green. And most people pass by and they go like, so many people have passed by and they go like, beautiful, it's so pretty and it's beautiful. And I say thank you and thank you and thank you. And for the last year and a half or 2 years. And yes, many of my friends have helped with the garden. And the other day, some guy walked by. And as he passed the garden, he said, that's an interesting garden. I said, yes, it is. It's an interesting garden. And I thought he was being sarcastic because I'd never heard anybody say it's interesting. I hear them say it's pretty or it's beautiful or, they might ask a question about it. But this guy said it's an interesting garden. And I just gave him a big smile and I said, indeed, it is very interesting. And then he looked at me and he said seriously, he says, this garden says freedom. He said, the garden says freedom. And I looked at him. And I was quite surprised that a stranger saw the expression of my art in the garden and read my message of freedom. And the reason the garden says freedom is because my garden has become full of life, full of plants and flowers and living things since I put a bully out of my life, since I decided to speak out, since I decided to really feel freedom. Our garden says freedom. And this show says freedom in the respect that I'd like to show your work. Are you free enough to let everybody know what you stand for, who you are, and what you have to say? Are you? Do you dare? I have to go into the control room. First, get a drink of water. Yeah, books and music review show. That's the name of the show. I don't have any music yet, but I could sing. Sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong, sing of happy, not sad, sing of, I forgot the words, but sing, and come to the ukulele class, and go out and start your garden, and if you want to get rid of those turkeys, for every blade of grass that you take out, put a rock, or a shell, or a stone, or a pebble. Oh, I better give you our email because I know you want to write to us. You're either going to complain or just don't curse or yell or anything like that because that doesn't work. Then I just speak out louder, as has been proven over time. So, there's a disclaimer. There's the produce through. And now you want to see our email. Where is it? Oh, that was the book. That's when we air. Uh-oh, I don't know what to do with the email. Okay, it's books.
There it is.
books.musicreview@gmail.com. And I know you want to be on the show, so write to us. We'll tell you where the blogs are. We'll tell you where the Flickr is. We've got like thousands and thousands of pictures online, art, posters, you name it, we got it. I think about 48 seconds. This time I'm going to try not to get cut off. I'm going to actually say, goodbye, see you later, arrivederci, aloha. I happen to like this show a lot. I don't know if you liked it, but I happen to like it a whole lot. Don't let the bullies win. Just keep on keeping on, and you will be the winner in 23 seconds. Yeah, show your work. Exactly. That's the whole point of the show. Show your work. And thank you, thank you, thank you. You know who you are. There are so many people I have to thank. And I can't say their names, but I can say thank you. Thank you. I think I'm going to close the show now. Stop.